On the day that I'm posting this, it is 2 days before the first day of fall. Personally, I am so ready for fall. I'm ready for all the cozy vibes, the fun drinks and food, and all of the books that are on my fall TBR. I will say I do have quite the ambitious fall TBR for myself, so we'll see which books of the 25-ish that I have for myself in fall of 2025. I have a list on my phone specifically of all the books I want to read this fall, so let's get straight on into it. We're first going to start off with some romance. The first book that's on my list is actually a reread, and it is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I don't know how to pronounce her last name correctly. I think 2 years ago now, I picked up this book and it was just the most atmospheric, perfect fall read that I could have picked up. And I also remember I read it at the most perfect time. I read this book in less than a week and I was new into reading, so I flew through this one and I loved it so much that I literally have 2 copies of it. Not sure if you could see, but over here is my paperback, and this I picked up, and look at the beautiful sprayed edges with the lemons. If you know, you know. I almost just knocked over my book pile for that. My first time around reading this book, I rated it 5 stars, and I could almost guarantee you that rereading it again will probably give me that exact same feeling. Let's be honest here, so good. The next book on my list, let's be honest here, it's probably on everybody's fall TBR at some point in time, which is none other than The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. Last winter, I read The Christmas Tree Farm, and I've been meaning to pick this book up ever since. Tell me this does not scream fall. These books are just light and fluffy. There's like tiny little cupcakes. They're just so sweet and cute and buttery. It's all just fluff with a little bit of spice, of course. I will say I do really love reading interconnected standalone series because I love seeing the other characters in previous books within the series, so I think that will be really fun because I did hear about Logan and Jeannie a little bit in The Christmas Tree Farm, so I'm excited for this one. You'll sense a common theme in this video that I really went for the most fall aesthetic books that I could. I feel like I just didn't read enough of them last year, so I really kind of went crazy this year. Continuing on, I got The X-Hex by Erin Sterling. I've heard really good things about this one. I've heard it's very funny. On the back it says, never mix vodka and witchcraft. Okay, very interesting. From what I remember about this one is she puts a hex on her ex, as you probably couldn't get from the title. I'm not sure if this is a romance, but I feel like it's just gonna give me really good spooky vibes. And to spin off of that, of course, naturally, I had to get The Kiss Curse. I didn't get the 3rd book in this series, which I don't know what that one's called. I think it's something with a witch. I'll put it up on the screen. I haven't gotten that one yet, but I might get to it this year. We'll see. But again, I don't know as much about this one as this book, but I feel like they're just gonna be fun little spooky quick reads. Next up, again, another very fall, spooky, Halloween kind of themed book, which is The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic by Brianne Randall. I am obsessed with this cover, other than the fact that this is yellow and it's like that. But the cover's so cute. I just love the little cup of coffee, or maybe it's not coffee. Maybe there's something else in it. I don't know. Sadie has always believed that the curse of the 4 heartbreaks that accompany magic would be worth the price, but when her grandmother is diagnosed with cancer, maybe it's not gonna be so light and fluffy. Her first heartbreak returns to town after a decade. Oh, okay. So maybe this one's not as light and fluffy as I thought it would be. Might have to mentally prepare myself for that one. Next on my list is another romance, but I don't think it's really fall themed, but it is college themed, so I thought that was right on par. It is The Risk by Elle Kennedy. This is continuing on the Briar U series. Not in frame right now, but I've been trying to read all of her books. This will be my 7th book by her, which is crazy. Her books are just such fun, for the most part lighthearted hockey romances, but they're just fun. Oh, this one's with Jake. Okay. This one should be an interesting one. Oh wait, is this with Brianna? A lot of times I really love going in. Oh, it is with Brianna. A lot of times I really love going into books blindly and just not really know anything about it because it makes it just that much more fun for me. It's just a personal preference, but I'm excited. I'm so excited. This next book is by an author that I am slowly growing to love more and more with each book. I've absolutely loved basically, I think every book that I've read by her actually. And it is After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love her covers too. Like, she just has the most beautiful covers. It's so simple, but it's so cute. This one, I don't know anything about, and I'm gonna keep it that way. I would have to assume it has something to do with a wedding, marriage, divorce, or all three, but I'm gonna leave myself to be surprised with this one. Ooh, do not fall, please. Up next, I have Always and Forever, Lara Jean by Jenny Han. This is the last book in To All the Boys I Loved Before, and I gotta say, it's definitely not my favorite series, and I think I like the movies a little bit better, but I do like how there's so many other scenes and other plot points with the characters in the books compared to the movies. Oh, I have the hiccups now. That's really good for filming. Please hold. But I feel like I'm kind of blanking on what happens in the movie. And I also don't want to say too much because this is the third book in a series, so I don't want to spoil anything. But I'm very excited and also a little bit bittersweet to finish the series. Okay, well, this one is a little bit ambitious. I wasn't even planning on buying it until one of my friends picked it up, so I may or may not be starting the Boys of Tommen series with Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I want to read this series so badly, but it is so intimidating because these are such beloved characters in the book world. I want to go into this as blindly as possible. I do obviously know some things from other people's videos that I've watched and reviews that I've seen, but I have a feeling this book and this entire series is going to break me into two. So I will definitely need to be prepared for this one. The back literally says, he wants to save her, she wants to hide, she's damaged, he's determined. Fate brought them together, love binds them. Heartbreak, here I come. Up next, I actually don't have the physical copy yet, but I most likely will be buying it. It is Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. I've heard so many good things about this book. I know that it is an accidental pregnancy book, but honestly, I really don't mind that genre as long as it's done in the right way, which a lot of times it's not, but I think in this one it is because it does take you through a lot of the different process and a lot of the things that she goes through throughout her pregnancy, which I'm very excited for. And the book just looks so cute, so I'm excited for this one. Up next, we have a very fall and Halloween themed book, which is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. That is a mouthful. By Sangu Mandana, I believe is how you pronounce the name. This book is just screaming fall. I don't know a lot about it. Obviously it's about witches, but I'm very excited. And my camera ready is flashing. Nice. Up next is another book that I really don't know too much about, which is Fall into Temptation by Lucy Score. I haven't read any Lucy Score books before, so maybe this will be my first one. We'll see. Next, we're gonna move on to mystery/thriller. I think that's what these are, at least. I think I'm finally going to pick up The Grandest Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I read her Inheritance Game series, absolutely loved it, moved on to the Naturals, absolutely loved it. I will say her last book, The Brothers Hawthorne, was a little bit of a disappointment for me, just based on how strongly I feel about the first three books. And this one kind of follows what the final gambit leaves off on, which I don't want to say too much in case y'all haven't read the Inheritance Games and want to pick up this one, but let's just say the book title really plays into this one. Next, I'm so excited to pick up this book. I should probably lower my expectations in case I'm disappointed, but I'm going to be picking up Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Meyer. Horrible at pronouncing last names, I apologize. I've heard so many good things about this one. This book is actually now a trilogy, so maybe I will have to pick up the other two depending on how I feel about this one, but I'm so excited. I've heard such good things about it. Again, I'm kind of aiming to go into it blindly, so I don't know too much about it, but I believe that our character is offered a job to work for the villain, so it sounds very promising. We have another series. I have so many series I want to read. I just need to finish more before I get to all of these. But this one, I feel like I have to read. One, because the movie adaptation is coming out literally in December, which is like a month, 2, 3, a month, whatever, away. And this is probably one of her most popular books and book series, so I just have to read it. None other than The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I don't know anything about this book. I want to go into it completely blind. I've been avoiding all spoilers, all things about it, everything about the plot. I've been avoiding it all so that I can go into it blind. And I will say I already did pick up The Housemaid's Secret as well, so I plan to go straight from this one into this one, but we'll see how that actually goes. To me, Frida McFadden books are just potato chip books. I could just pick it up, binge it, read it really quick. I'm not really gonna rate it too high. Maybe those will be the exception, we'll see. But they're just fun, fast-paced, just good thrillers. So I also want to pick up The Crash and Want to Know a Secret. I don't know anything about him, but I want to read him. Next up is a series that I really want to continue, which is the Truly Devious series with The Box in the Woods by Maureen Johnson. I feel like I'm not loving this series, but I'm very intrigued to see where else we're gonna go with it, because especially where the last book left off, I don't really know what direction this book is going to take. I feel like we could go a few different ways. I don't own this book yet, but I do have the other one, so I'll probably pick up a physical copy at some point. And the last kind of thriller mystery book that I want to pick up is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I know this is a YA book, so I may not enjoy it that much, but I'm really intrigued to read the book because the TV adaptation just came out for it, so I do really want to watch the show. I think that this book is part of a trilogy. Not for sure on that one, but that would mean starting another series, so we'll see if I get to this one, but I do need to read it at some point. Up next are two Kristen Hanna books that have been on my radar for quite some time. The first one being none other than Firefly Lane. And I will say I did start this one. I got a whole 30 pages into it. I thought I was farther into that, but I picked this up back in spring and I just really wanted something that was just light and fast paced, and just something that was this thick and something that was so heartbreaking was just not doing it for me. So I put it down, but I knew I was gonna pick it back up at some point. And I just feel like this would be a really good fall read. Maybe it would have been better in spring, but I need to pick up this book again so badly. And the other one by her that I really want to read is The Four Winds. I don't know anything about this book and I'm going to keep it this way, but I feel like this one isn't as talked about, which makes me more intrigued to see for myself what it's about. When I first look at her books, they just look so big and intimidating, but she just writes so beautifully, and her books are just beautiful. So I'm excited. We are getting through the list slowly but surely, but I have one dystopian book that has been on my list for so long, and I'm finally gonna read it this fall, which is none other than Sunrise on the Reaping by Susan Collins. I've read all of the other Hunger Games books, but I've been saving this one because I really want to get the book in the movie adaptation cover, because that's how I have it for Songbirds and Snakes. But I've been putting off this book for so long because I know that is Haymitch's story, and I know that it's gonna break me because Haymitch, he just has to be my favorite character, and there's just so much unknown about him, and I feel like she puts a lot of kind of real world things into her books and kind of slips in little hints and notes of other things, and I'm just so intrigued. This book, I want to read it so bad. I need to read this one, like ASAP. On to my last category, which is fantasy. I don't have as much as I probably will be reading. First up, this cover is probably one of the most beautiful covers that I own and will ever own, and it is The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. Look at how pretty this is. It is so pretty. It just gives me the most whimsical, coziest, cutest little vibes. Oh, I thought this was part of a series. Okay, I don't think this is part of a series, but it might be actually. She's a librarian. Oh, not me finding out about the book that I want to read what it's about. Oh, the library goes up in flames. What the heck? I want to read all these books now. This is not gonna go well. Next up, I saw the Barnes & Noble edition of these covers, and I don't know a single thing about it. I've heard really good things about it, but I had to pick it up just because of how beautiful it is, which is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. Speaking of beautiful covers, hello. The purple is beautiful, the little mushrooms, the little everything about this is so pretty. Again, I don't know anything about it, but I happen to have this book as well as the second book, which is Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. They're just so pretty. They're so pretty, okay? Can you blame me? No. I love, what is this called? The edging? What is this called? I don't know what that's called. Edges? Anyways, these are beautiful. I love it. I'm obsessed. I'm just simply obsessed. And last but not least, we are saving a beast of a book for my last book on my TBR. Yeah, which is none other than Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. I did get the pretty sprayed edges version, and I have still not read this one. Fourth Wing was a 5-star read for me. The sequel to that was definitely not. So I'm very nervous about this one. I've been putting it off for a very long time because I feel like I have to be, one, in the right mood for it, and two, prepared to be very confused, to sit down and binge a very beloved fantasy series. I have been putting this off for a while, and I probably will be continuing to put this off for a while, but my goal is to read it this fall. Will that happen? We shall see. So as you see behind me, those are the 25-ish books that I want to read this fall. Will I get to all of them? We shall see. Like and subscribe for some fun fall themed reading vlogs. I have so much planned. I hope that I can get to all of it soon. So yeah, stick around and stay tuned. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye guys.